In the outskirts of a small town lies an abandoned house long known as the House of Darkness. Legend has it that this house was once home to a young couple until tragedy struck. Supposedly, the wife mysteriously disappeared in the basement, never to be seen again. Decades later, on a chilly autumn night, local teenagers Mike and Katie, driven by excitement and curiosity, dared each other to explore the House of Darkness. They had heard the ghostly tales surrounding the house, but youth often believes courage can conquer all. With a chilling gust of wind, they arrived at the door of the House of Darkness. The wooden door, weathered and rusty, seemed to silently narrate the passage of time with each creak as Mike cautiously pushed it open. Inside, they were enveloped by the strong odors of dust and decaying wood. Dim moonlight filtered through broken windows, casting eerie shadows. Carefully navigating through cluttered debris in the living room, they reached the narrow staircase leading to the basement. The basement door, corroded with rust, gave way easily under Mike's push. A cold draft greeted them as if emerging from a graveyard. Katie shivered as she lit her flashlight, its beam revealing the gloomy basement. Strange symbols and faded paintings adorned the walls, almost invisible in the dim light, as if unseen eyes watched their every move. Mike quickened his pace involuntarily, while Katie scanned their surroundings for any signs of disturbance. Suddenly, a faint whisper emanated from a corner of the basement. Both froze, their hair standing on end. The voice articulated something clearly, yet in a language they had never heard before. It echoed in the air like a curse from the depths of hell. Katie's flashlight flickered, nervously casting uncertain shadows. Mike struggled to remain composed, attempting to locate the source of the voice. Then they saw a deep shadow on the ground, as if an invisible hand was reaching out to them. With a scream, Katie stumbled backward, her back against the wall. Mike grabbed her hand tightly as they sprinted towards the staircase. But as they reached it, the door slammed shut with a heavy thud. "We're trapped!" Katie cried out, pushing against the door in vain. Mike frantically looked around for an escape route. Suddenly, footsteps echoed from above, growing louder and closer. They couldn't believe what was happening, as if trapped in a nightmare. The footsteps approached, accompanied by the echoing whisper. Mike cursed in panic, trying to shoulder the door open, but it remained firmly shut. Then a flash of light illuminated the symbols and paintings on the wall, glowing green, as if lit by an unseen fire. Terrified, they saw a vague figure forming in the corner of the basement. It was the silhouette of a woman, disheveled and covered in dark blotches on her face. "Help! Help me!" The figure whispered, its voice like a deep breath from underwater. Katie dropped her flashlight with a thud, the sound reverberating. Trembling, Mike approached the shadowy woman, trying to understand her plea. But as he drew closer, the figure suddenly vanished, leaving behind only silence and cold. The door opened with an inexplicable force, moonlight streaming into the basement. Mike and Katie clung to each other, their hearts still racing. They ran through the living room, breaking free from the porch of the House of Darkness. In a haze, they looked back to see the house now quiet, as if everything had been a terrible dream. But they knew deep down that the trapped soul in the darkness could never be forgotten. Mike and Katie silently departed, never daring to look back. The legend of the House of Darkness would continue to haunt the town, warning all those who dared challenge fate. Some stories are destined to linger forever in the shadows.